Hi folk, just coming on to show you a few projects that I've been working on. This one I have just finished in the last half hour or so. Oh, and I've just dropped it. And it's an altered fan. It's made with laces from Scrimpy's Craft Boutique, which is an online website that you can buy quality craft products and laces. Sorry, I'm still finding glue strands everywhere on it. I haven't blasted it yet. I have used a lot of lace on it. The fans were also from Scrimpy's. I can't even remember how much they were, but I bought two. I've still got another one left that I can alter later, but this was my first one. I did actually video it, but I had a phone call halfway through videoing and it just went haywire. So I'll show you this. Then I have also got an altered canvas bag, tote bag, that I altered last night, so I'll show you that after this. And I'll just get as much detail in as I can for you. I don't know how my camera is going to work with it, but we'll see. So just bear with me while I move you over, because I need to kind of position this so that it will show you what I'm trying to see. There we go, that's fine there. Right, so this is the altered fan in its entirety, and it is quite large. I'll just see the diameter of the width of it. So from one side of the lace to the other, it's probably about 44 centimetres. Not sure what that is in inches, but it is quite large. And from top to bottom, it's probably about 45 with the dangles. So it is a fair size and would be a lovely centrepiece in a house, on a living room or a bedroom wall. So basically what I done was I picked out a few pink and white laces, and just alternated them so that I had a nice mix of them. So you'll see here, if I can just turn it that way, you'll see the spacing that's in between them, and it's not much between. I mean, like that one there, there's virtually no spacing between them. It does use a lot of lace, but I think the overall effect has been worth it. When I came to putting my flower on, I was contemplating putting it to the side and then having like a floral spray, but I felt it looked better in the centre. And what I've done is, these wooden parts were on show a wee bit, so rather than add more lace, I decided to add a bit of feather just to give it a wee bit different texture, and it'll also give it a bit of movement when anyone walks by it or a door closes. It'll just move ever so slightly and give it a bit of life. The flower, I have used the exact same laces as I have in the project. I have added one of the small appliques that I buy from China. I think you get something like 3 yards for $3.79 or something silly like that. Loads. Centrepiece, I believe I got from the Trinket Parlour, which is Emily Smith's Facebook selling page. Then I've got a vast amount of tails. I have lots of thin trims, different kinds, different shades of white, different textures. They're all different. I have got a few pink there as well, just to add that tiny wee bit of extra colour that'll pop. There's two shades of pink there. There's a light pink and then I've got a slightly darker pink, but they both tie in with what's above. Then I've got some beaded trim. I've got this oval rice trim. I have got a crystally styled trim. I have put on a bit of the wired, not wired, it's like plastic trim that's got the small 2mm and 6mm pearls on them. I have added, where am I? Oh, I have also added a bit of bling trim. This is obviously an extravagance though, but I felt it needed it because of the silver in the centre. I needed to have something else to tie that to, and I think it works absolutely fine. I am contemplating adding a few pearls, but as yet I'm still unsure, so I haven't done it as yet. I'll let it play on me for a few days and see how I feel. I don't want to overdo it, which is what I fear I may do if I add any more. So that's it there. I have got faces. I have got photos on my Facebook page of it, up close, and it's also featuring on Scrimpy's Craft Boutique Gallery, which is just a place for anyone who buys Scrimpy's laces to show off what they've made with the products bought, and it's also to add some inspiration to the other group members. So that's my altered fan. I'll just hang that back up just now so it doesn't disappear. That's it up, and I will get my altered bag whenever I put that. Where did I put it? Ah, I found it. And this is the altered bag that I made. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to position you up a bit for this one, because this one is quite large. There we go. Right, so this is the altered canvas bag. Now I started out actually stitching the trim on. You'll see it there, the burgundy. But to be honest with you, there was absolutely no way on earth I was going to manage to do all that. So I decided hot glue was my friend last night. So I've got tassel trim at the bottom, which gives it a bit of length, okay, and just gives it a nice bottom. Then I've got this crocheted style lace, which is actually quite a large lace. It's probably, wait, let's see where my thing is, ruler. That one is roughly 2.5, but this part here is a bit boring, so I decided that I was only going to show this bottom part, which is scalloped and just looks beautiful, and it's like a crochet, so it's quite a heavy lace. Then I've got this beautiful tulle that I buy from Amanda. and it's just so pretty. I did put down a white white crocheted lace under here because some of these laces are quite sheer and I didn't want the canvas shown through all the way. I wanted different styles, so the crocheted trim went down first, then I added this Nottingham lace. It's a gathered, and I think that's a 1.5 inch. No, it's a 1 inch. The tulle is 1.5. But as I said, it's just gives it a bit of difference. And when I've got this over it, even though you can't really see the Nottingham lace, it gives this top lace a bit of body, because if that was flat it just wouldn't look as pretty, but with that there it gives it a bit of a ruffle and a bit of life. This trim under there was, I believe I got it from Brenda Exeter, who is on Facebook, and that at its longest part is 3 inch lace, but it's very, very pretty, and you can cut up these wee individual sections if you wish. They're like honeycomb, but I've decided to leave it all joined because it's quite ruffled anyway and it wouldn't make any difference if they were cut. The next one up is a very, very wide lace. That's a, what have we got, 3.5, and it's I've just put it down with the canvas on the back because it's a similar colour and it fits fine. It's also a gathered lace, so there is a wee bit of a ruffle in it and it just gives it that extra bit of movement. I've then put down this lace here, which is a guipure lace. Then I added, this was actually a scrap that I had cut the tassels off. This was a long tasselled lace. If I can find a spare bit, I'll show you. Where's the rest of my laces gone? Ah, there we go. This was similar, the different colour. That one's white, this is cream, but I had cut off the bottom part, but I saved the top part and I thought that looks quite pretty in there, so I put it down and then I decided to frame it with another layer of the guipure lace. I then put down this trim here, which is another tulle lace. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the design on it is just stunning. So pretty, so elegant. It just had to go on. And that one is about 2 inches wide. I then had this panel here. That was actually a vintage petticoat trim, this one here, and I have saved it for goodness knows how long, probably a good 3 years I've had it, and I just couldn't bring myself to use it. I felt as if I was wasting a beautiful lace, but when I saw this project I thought, that's it. That lace goes on there. I haven't stuck it all down. This part I wanted a bit of movement in, so that was planned. The top panel is put down, but as you'll see it's beautifully embroidered right up, and the bottom panel is just gorgeous as well. It's similar to like an eyelet lace at the bottom, but it is a proper vintage lace. It's not a replica at all. Up the top here I have put another rim of the Nottingham lace, just to finish it off properly. I haven't done the back because, if I'm honest, the amount of money for the laces on here is costly, and if someone else wanted to buy it, I would be selling at a loss, and to be honest with you, I really don't want to do that. Crafting costs enough without losing out on sales money, so I have just done one side, and if no one buys it, then I'm absolutely fine. I'm happy to keep this myself. I absolutely love it. My flower, I have used laces that I have used through, and I also added in another of Scrimpy's laces, which is yeah, one of these, and it's the flower trim. You basically just put a running stitch and it gives you this petaled effect, and I think it's just beautiful. It really gave it some texture. I've added in one of the appliques that I also bought from China. I've added in one of Scrimpy's flower centres. I believe she's selling them for 30p each. Might be wrong. This beautiful groupie tulle lace that's here, I've also put on, and then I've added in this heavier lace that matches the colours perfectly. Coming down off the trims, just a few wee delicate thin trims, a bit of rice beading, a bit of a crystal effect beading, and just some ribbon, just to give it a small tassel. I didn't want a long train on that one, because it's going to be, if it was a longer trail, you would have been covering up most of the bag, and I didn't want that. I have left this part here blank. I am going to source through my materials and see if I can find something that I could replicate a pocket with to fit in a mobile phone, so that it's handy and it's not going to be out of reach to anyone. If they're out and about shopping, it's easy enough to get a hold of, but it depends if I can find a nice enough lace to put on it. So that's my wee tote bag, canvas bag altered, and as I said, the back hasn't changed at all. I may add some vintage stamping to the other side. I'm not sure yet, like the mannequins, what do you call them, like shoes, kind of vintagey styled stamps, so that it kind of ties it in, or I may add a pocket there if I can find something that suits it. I just didn't want to cover it all in lace. But anyway, I hope that's inspired you, and I hope you have a go. Pop over to Scrimpy's and see what bargains you can find. As I said, I will leave the links in the description bar, but I'm sure you won't be sorry at popping over. Thanks for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.